So hello everyone, and today I'm not going to talk about the fourth pillar. I'm going to give you a bonus class that is all about the three elements you need to do or apply to manage overwhelm, because that is the main problem for us to getting stuck when we get overwhelmed. And overwhelm, it is something that is scary, that we fear a lot, and that we can tackle. It is difficult. Sometimes it is too much. It gives you a lot. It gives us, because I'm not exempt of having overwhelm, but it all depends how we react to the situations. So, as I always say, our brain always magnifies the things. It's always bigger than is in the reality. Sometimes it is what it is. It is scary. It is a big wall or a hurdle or a hole on the that we have to cross in a way, in any way. But if we get stuck and we don't do anything, we are not going to overcome that overwhelm, and the overwhelm is going to be massive and it's going to grow out of proportion sometimes. So sometimes we have to be more courageous, more determined, and it is easy to say, sometimes it's not easy to apply. But if we have the tools and if we apply it in a small chunks or in a small way, you will see that we can move forward. So there are three elements that we have to tackle for tackle overwhelm. And those are managing things that we touch this point mainly in the cluttering day. So when you have too many things around, when you have you see many papers, or the inbox is infinite, and you see many things around you, you start to panic and you start to say, oh no, this is far too much and I cannot deal with this, because that is the process. So we take us out of the picture, and it's easy to avoid that, to tackle things. So if we keep our clutter at a bay, we'll see that every single thing is running smoothly. Smoother. We can enjoy doing stuff because we know that it's not going to creep up. Sometimes it's difficult, sometimes things creep up. We receive like hundreds of emails a day. So that is the consistency, to keep it in a low amount of things, rather than leave it to later, because later then it's going to be massive, and when it's massive it's going to be scary. The second thing was about time blocking and allowance of more time to do activities. So you don't overload your day, but you overestimate time in the activities you have to do. Because if you pack your day with stuff thinking that an activity is going to take you 1 hour, and then it takes you 1 hour and a half, all the rest of the things start to pile up. So it's much better to have a few activities with more allowance of time in between. And if you finish before, great, you can move things from the next day to this day. But when you start to bring the things that you have to do this day to next day, then next day have to bring all the activities to the following day. So it's going to start to pile up. So better to do less, with more time allowance, then you can bring things from next day to the present day, and you will feel much better. And if you don't want to do anything else, you can utilize that time that you had left to do something for you. So it is a win-win situation. You are always achieving things, and you are going to have more time to do things that you like and you enjoy. And the third part in the managing things is to prioritize. So do the activities that need to be done, that are most important and that will move your business forward. The rest can wait, and you can put it in small chunk in different days. So all the admin, for example, if it doesn't move your business forward, do it, break it down in the week and do small chunks in half an hour or 1 hour. But the main activity is the one that you have to focus on. The second element on managing overwhelm is managing others, other people. That is very important, and this is the one that we fail the most, because we try to please everyone and we try to be nice to everyone, and we put ourselves last in the list. So I'm not saying that you don't have to help others and you don't have to care about what they want, but sometimes you have to say no. Sometimes you have to say, you know what, at this moment, if you're interrupting me, I cannot deal with you, but if you give me half an hour, then I can pay attention and I can serve you better. It is a polite way to say no, but you know that you are going to deal with that or with that person after. And the same if you have children at home. It is not that they need to start to have that consciousness about boundaries. They need to understand that they should respect other people's time as well. So it's never early enough for a child to learn that you're busy now, and if you start to interrupt, mommy is going to start to be annoyed or grumpy, or is going to be worse. So you can tell them in a nice way, give me half an hour to finish what I'm doing, and then I'm going to sit with you and play with you. At the moment, you can do other things, for example. And I'm not relying only in TV or electronic digital things. So the same thing applies for adults and for children. You have to start to say no and set your boundaries, because that way they are going to respect you. They are going to know exactly what to expect from you, and you will see that you are going to be more productive and focused in what you have to do. And that doesn't mean that you are not going to serve them, and that doesn't mean that you are going to help them, and that doesn't mean that you are not going to spend time with them after. But at the moment that you have to focus, set your boundaries. Constant interruptions is the worst enemy of productivity and moving forward. And of course, if an emergency happens, that's fine. You can deal with that. But if it's constant and daily, and all the people knows that you are going to say yes to everything, they are going to expect that. So we are our worst enemy sometimes. So if you don't set boundaries, people is going to know that, and they are going to know that they can interrupt whenever they please. So put yourself first for a change is not to be selfish, is to be respectful with you, with your things, with your time. So if you don't want to others waste time, so don't let others to waste your own time as well. So that is the most important things about how to deal with other people. And you can, as I say, you can say very politely, I cannot deal with you now, but give me half an hour or 1 hour and I'm going to come back to you. That's it. And you don't lose the focus and you can regain and start to produce or do whatever you have to. And the third thing about managing overwhelm is managing yourself. So to be less overwhelmed, you need to be motivated, and we have to find sources of motivation. And to find sources of motivation, it can be a walk, hearing the music that you like, if you don't have too much time to do meditation or exercise or whatever. As I always think, you can have like 2 minutes and find yourself a happy memory that makes you laugh and makes you happy, and because that kick your motivation up and you will be happier and you will be more set to do what you have to do. So happy memories are the best way to keep us motivated and happy with what we are doing. And you can find also a lot of tools that will start to reduce your overwhelm. So breathing methods or stretching, and as I say, the mindset, and try to think this is not that difficult. And if it's too big, if you feel that it's too big, break it down in small chunks. Break it down and you will tackle a small pieces of the puzzle at a time. Don't look the overall picture. Sometimes that is so scary because we don't know where to start. But if we break it down, you can start with one piece at a time and you will see that you are progressing. But the main thing is just start. If we don't start and we sit down and look the big picture, sometimes we are not going to do anything and it's going to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. And then when you have to tackle, you're going to be, the stress levels, instead of being reduced, is going to be increasingly high. And that is our worst enemy. Our brain is our worst enemy. So, and the last part of managing your mindset is giving yourself rewards for small wins, for big wins, for anything. Give yourself rewards. I was able to do this, so I am going to have half an hour for myself today, more than the time that I should have for me every day. Putting ourselves first is not selfish. It's the best way that you have to help others. And it's something that I'm a good believer in that, because I was really drained out because I was pleasing every single person before me. And when you don't fill your own cup, you cannot help others. And that is the safety advice on planes is so true. If you don't put your own oxygen mask, you are going to run out of air and you are not going to be able to help anyone else. So put yourself first I'm not saying that you have to put yourself first all the time, but you can put yourself first to help others, and you're going to serve them better in all aspect of life, not only on business, not only in the house. It is, and you will feel much better. It's like when you feel better, every single thing around you start to work better. So it is our decision, but there are tools and there are techniques that you can apply to be less overwhelmed. And this is so important in the modern world, because we have so much information, that is so much, and you feel that you have to tackle everything and you have to grab everything, but that is not true either. You can be selective and you can stop thinking that you are going to miss something. The things are repeating all the time. So if you don't see something today, maybe you will see it tomorrow or the day after. So don't think that you have to be connected all the time, because that is going to play against you. It is like many years ago, I always I had a mentor that he said that I don't have a phone, and it was like, how you cannot? And he didn't have any TV either. So he went to see movies, of course, but to the cinema, or no, not even. Not even a computer, I was going to say. But yeah, he didn't have a TV and he didn't have a phone. And he said that if something is very important, they know where to find me. And they are going to see how they can find me. And if I have to be in touch with someone else, I can use the landline at my house or my landline at my work. And people knew that those were the places that they can find him. And he was happier. We don't have to be connected all the time with the phone. We have to stop the notifications sometimes, because we see the popping red dot, for example, in your phone, and you say, oh, this is important, and it is sometimes rubbish. So we mentally are there thinking that something important is happening, and it's not. And then we have to refocus. So the information in nowadays is very dangerous. So we have to set boundaries to do that as well, for information as well. And as I say, if something is urgent, people are going to find a way to let you know. So yeah, let's be more gentle with ourselves and try to simplify, because when we simplify things, we'll see that we produce more and we achieve more. So let's keep doing this. It doesn't have to take so much time of your day. So and the task for today is put yourself first for a change and say, no, today I'm going to deal in my way. And so let me know all of your wins and all of the progress that you have made. Thank you and have a great day. Bye bye.